Once upon a time, in the golden age of wisdom and wealth, there reigned a prophet king of immense power and unparalleled knowledge. His name was Solomon, or as he is often referred to in Arabic, Prophet Sulaiman. Known for his profound wisdom granted by Allah, he was not just a ruler over people, but over animals, birds, and even the Jinn. His ability to converse with creatures made him a figure of fascination, and his reign remains one of the greatest in human history. But our story today isn't solely about Prophet Sulaiman. It's about an awe-inspiring event that unfolded between him and one of the most enigmatic queens of all time, the Queen of Sheba, known in Arabic as Bilqis. Hers was a kingdom of great splendor and unmatched beauty, rooted deep in the south of Arabia or present-day Yemen. Her story, like that of Prophet Sulaiman, is one woven into the fabric of history, laden with themes of wisdom, faith, and transformation. The tale begins in the heart of Sulaiman's court. His kingdom was vast and orderly, with representatives from humankind, animals, and jinn managing his affairs. One particular day, Sulaiman stood in the company of his council as they conducted their usual matters. Suddenly he noticed a peculiar absence. The Hoopoe bird, a messenger and scout in his vast kingdom, was missing. "Why do I not see the Hoopoe?" he asked, his voice calm but filled with authority. "Or is he among the absentees? Indeed, I will punish him severely unless he brings me a valid excuse." Moments later, the Hoopoe arrived, its tiny frame bowing apologetically before the great king. "I have learned something you would not know," the bird declared, its voice trembling yet eager. "I have come from the land of Sheba with certain news. I found there a majestic kingdom ruled by a queen who possesses great wealth and a magnificent throne. But the people of Sheba, they worship the sun instead of Allah." Sulaiman, always keen on matters of faith and justice, listened intently. Quickly, Sulaiman drafted a letter, entrusting the Hoopoe to carry it to Sheba with the utmost urgency. The small creature soared across the skies, navigating its way to the grand palace of Bilqis, the Queen of Sheba. When the Hoopoe arrived, it wasn't long before the queen's attention was drawn to the mysterious piece of parchment left upon her grand throne. Surrounded by her advisors and ministers, she opened the letter and began to read. The message, though brief, was profound. It began with the words of peace in the name of Allah, the most gracious and most merciful. Prophet Sulaiman invited her to abandon the worship of the sun and to submit herself fully to Allah. It was not an order, but a call, a gentle yet firm invitation to the ultimate truth. The Queen of Sheba was an intelligent and wise ruler, deeply admired for her ability to lead with both strength and grace. But this letter posed a challenge unlike any she had faced before. She turned to her council, seeking their advice. "What do you advise?" she asked, her voice calm but contemplative. "This is no ordinary letter." Her advisors, loyal but quick to lean toward aggressive solutions, replied, "We are powerful and we are prepared for war, but it is for you to command us, we shall obey." Yet Bilqis was not a queen of reckless decisions. She paused to think, carefully weighing the implications of such a letter. To march to war against a prophet king known for his wisdom and armies of men, jinn, and animals would be foolish. Instead, she decided to test Prophet Sulaiman's intentions with a gift, an act of diplomacy rooted in her sharp intellect. She ordered her courtiers to assemble the finest treasures her kingdom could offer, gold, jewels, and luxurious fabrics, and sent them with messengers to Sulaiman's court. When Sulaiman received the envoys bearing the lavish gifts, he regarded them with calm disinterest. "Do you think you can bribe me with wealth?" he asked. "What Allah has given me is far greater than what he has given you. Return to her and let her know that if she does not come to me in submission, I will march upon her with forces she cannot resist." The message returned to Sheba, carrying with it Prophet Sulaiman's unshakable faith and determination. Bilqis, now convinced of his power and sincerity, prepared to meet this extraordinary ruler. Yet she remained cautious. A queen as wise as she was graceful never approached such matters lightly. Meanwhile, back in Sulaiman's court, the prophet was informed of her impending arrival. He turned to his council with a remarkable question. "Who among you can bring me her throne before she arrives here in submission?" One of the Jinn, renowned for their strength and speed, stood and declared, "I can bring it to you before you rise from your seat." But another of Sulaiman's aides, described in the Quran as possessing knowledge of the scripture, stepped forward. "I can bring it to you in the blink of an eye," he said. And in that instant, before Sulaiman's eyes, the magnificent throne of the Queen of Sheba appeared in his court, shining with brilliance, a testament to the might and power of Allah, who gave such abilities to his chosen. When Bilqis entered the court of Sulaiman, she was awestruck. Before her was a throne that looked suspiciously like her own, yet when she examined it carefully, she realized it had been altered slightly. "It looks very much like mine," she remarked, astonished but composed. Sulaiman smiled, his wisdom evident in his every word and action. He was not there to boast his power, but to demonstrate the greatness of Allah through these miracles. Gently, he guided her toward the truth, speaking of the oneness of Allah and the folly of idolatry. The culmination of this story is one of faith and humility. The Queen of Sheba, seeing and hearing the proofs of Sulaiman's prophethood, submitted herself not to him, but to Allah, the Lord of all worlds. She declared her faith openly, acknowledging that the powers and splendors she had witnessed were but signs of the one true Lord. The meeting of Prophet Sulaiman and the Queen of Sheba is a tale of wisdom, diplomacy, and ultimately the triumph of truth. It teaches us that true power lies not in wealth or armies, but in justice, wisdom, and unwavering faith in Allah. To this day, their story resonates as a reminder that the greatest strength resides in submission to the Creator, and the greatest wealth is the knowledge of His guidance. Through the actions of Prophet Sulaiman and the transformation of Queen Bilqis, we are reminded of the boundless mercy and wisdom of Allah, a lesson for all of humanity to ponder and cherish.